for the latest in news, discussion, and analysis. I'm Cameron Tindal.
And I'm Paris Tindal.
And this is Tindal Sports Talk.
This is the meat of the Georgia lineup here in the bottom of the eighth. Deep right field. Deep right. It's over. It's over. Georgia wins it.
Freeze hits it in the air to center. We will see you tomorrow. Manning lobs it. Boris alone. Touchdown, New York. Devin Hester awaits. Returnable, 41-yarder. Hester from the 22. Picking up box. He hit the middle hard. Devin Hester, the punter to beat. He beat him. The Miami Hurricanes take the...
One timeout left here for Texas Tech. 8 seconds.
Second down now. Deep strike. Got the big man. Crabtree pulls free. And touchdown. Red Raiders.
2-point lead. They've led by as many as 11. Yao Ming on the inbounds. Trying to make things difficult for Brent Barry. Gets it in. Kevin Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady. No timeouts remaining. McGrady for the win. Yeah! 1.7 to go.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang! Got a mismatch. Walker on McGee with 4. Kemba Walker. Step back. Walker. Cardiac Kemba does it again. UConn wins at the buzzer.
Into Carmelo. 3 seconds. Carmelo launches. Carmelo Anthony with the game winner.
Swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable. A home run for Gibson. And the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw.
Sports fans, diehards, and our beloved bandwagon jumpers. Welcome to Tindal Sports Talks, The Clutch Factor. I'm Cameron Tindal, here with my brother Paris Tindal. How you doing today, Paris?
Doing great. Ready to talk about some conference titles and NFL playoffs.
Let's do it. You heard it from him. We're going to talk about some conference championship games this weekend. 2 big games. You got Baltimore versus New England, and you got the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers. First, we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants, San Francisco at home. Who wins this game and why, Paris?
I'm going to have to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Why? Because San Francisco 49ers have handled success very well this season. Their crowd is going to be raucous. And then I say that they want to make sure that everyone knows that they are for real and that this is their time to shine. They have been through a lot of struggles in the past few years, and they finally got a coach who got them on the right path. I say the 49ers will win this game. I'm not saying by a lot. I'm saying they can get ugly.
I can agree with you to an extent there, Paris. I'm picking the New York Giants in this game, but you brought up some good points about the 49ers. The 49ers have taken on that Harbaugh mentality. You know, they have had a great year this year. That defense is monstrous. The offense is tough, everything. But I just believe that the Giants' experience and the Giants' will win them this game. Basically, I believe that the 49ers have what it takes, and I believe that they have the mentality to win the Super Bowl. But are they settling? You know, you had Vernon Davis crying. You know, there was a big celebration after they won the first round game. Was that first round game their championship game? Was that first round game their Super Bowl? Or are they going to come out here, you know, with a letdown game after the huge win versus the New Orleans Saints? I don't know. That's left up to still see. But I believe that the Giants will win this one big by double digits. Yes, folks, I said that the Giants will win this game by double digits. Now, we've talked about why we think they're going to win this game, but who are some key players to look for in this game?
Key players to look for in this game, first of all, Vernon Davis. Tight end, you can spread him out as a receiver. You can put him in the backfield. He can lead block. He's everything for the San Francisco 49ers. As you said, that emotion he showed in last week's game, I'm looking for him to play with this emotion in this week's game. But even more, he's going to step up a level, and he's going to bring the 49ers to a victory.
I agree with you to an extent once again. Vernon Davis is a huge player. I believe that he's the best tight end in the NFL. I believe that he can do it all. He can block, he can score, he can run routes, he can do whatever you need him to do. But in this game, my key player is going to be Eli Manning and Alex Smith, both quarterbacks. Which quarterback is going to have a better game? Which Eli Manning is going to show up? The Eli Manning that can throw 3 picks, or the Eli Manning that'll throw 3 touchdowns and have a brilliant performance? Which Alex Smith is going to show up? The Alex Smith that's been managing the game well all year, or the Alex Smith that's going to turn the ball over and that's going to make terrible decisions? We don't know. Whichever quarterback shows up the most in this game is going to win this game for their team, I believe. And with that being said, I believe that Eli Manning is going to step up. And I believe that Alex Smith will be pressured. The Giants will put pressure on him with Humier and Tuck and all those guys, and Kenny Phillips and Antrell Rowe and those defensive backs, Corey Webster. They will all take advantage of that. And I believe that the Giants will win this game. And with that being said, we're going to switch over and talk about some key matchups in this game. What matchups do you believe are key in this game?
My key matchups for this game would be the Giants wide receivers against that secondary from the 49ers. The 49ers defensive secondary ranked 29th in the NFL in passing defense. Against the Giants, that's just not going to cut it. When you have Big DeCruz, Hakeem Nicks, and Mario Manningham, those guys can flat out play. And I'm not saying that the Giants are going to run all over them in the passing game. But what I am saying is the 49ers have shown weakness in their pass defense, and I think Eli Manning is going to exploit it as he's making his name as an elite quarterback in the NFL.
I agree with you there, Paris. I too believe that the wide receiver defensive back, matchup is going to be big for the 49ers and the Giants, because I don't believe that the 49ers secondary can hang with these wide receivers, these tough, physical, great route running receivers that the Giants have, especially with Eli Manning at quarterback, that offensive line and the balanced rushing attack that the Giants have. I don't think that the 49ers will have enough of that. Another matchup that I would look at is those running backs for the New York Giants against the linebackers of the 49ers. The 49ers have a great linebacking core. They have Alvin Smith, Patrick Willis, all those guys. How would they step up? How would that front line step up against Brandon Jacobs and Amari Bradshaw? In the first game that they had, the Giants rushed for 93 yards. And the rest of it was passing. They had over 300 passing yards, but most of it was passing. Will the Giants get that rushing game going? In the first game, Amari Bradshaw did not play against the 49ers. He's playing this one. How will that show up? Will that be big? The Giants are healthy now. The Giants have been rolling since they've been healthy. Will that be a key in this game? I believe so. And with that being said, I still say that the Giants are going to win this game by double digits. Some may call me crazy for this, but that's my prediction. The Giants win this one by double digits.
Double digits. That's a lot of points.
Well, we're just going to have to see, Paris. Well, that does it for the first half of Tindal Sports Talk's The Clutch Factor. Watch this look-back highlight of the day for us. It's a big hit. I believe you're going to enjoy it while you're waiting for the second half, where we will discuss the ins and outs of the New England Patriots versus the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Cameron Tindal, and this is my brother Paris Tindal. We'll see you in the second half.
Seeing as he split in, just moved up to the scrimmage line. Cowan rolling in that direction, looking downfield. Going to take off. Can he get the first down? Oh, he's drilled at the 22 by Ray Mawalaluga, number 58. And look at him pop.
How about that? And I'll tell you what, that is a big-time double lick by Mawalaluga and Dallas Sarge right there. What a lick.
Wow, that was a monstrous hit, man. Whoa. Welcome to the second half of Tindal Sports Talks, The Clutch Factor. I'm Cameron Tindal here with my brother Paris Tindal. Let's get this second half started. Now, in the first half, we discussed the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants in the NFC title game. Now we're going to discuss the AFC title game with the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. Paris, who wins this game and why?
If I'm not mistaken, this game is being played in Foxborough, right?
Yeah.
Means nothing to me. I'm saying the Baltimore Ravens will come out and win this game. First of all, I'm picking the Ravens because of the defense. Ed Reed, enough said in the secondary. With Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs, those guys are going to get out the Tom Brady. They're going to make it a long night for him. On the offensive end, I'm going to say the Ravens aren't going to rely on Joe Flacco to do all of this and that like he wants to do. I say because the Ravens are undefeated when they give the ball to Ray Rice 25 times a game. I say he's going to get the ball in between that 25 to 30 range, and they're going to come out victorious in this game.
You bring up great points, Paris, especially when you bring up the fact that the Ravens are 13-0 when Ray Rice gets 25 carries or more. But I don't think he reaches that mark. I believe that if he does reach that mark, then they will win. But I'm picking New England in this game. As much as I hate to pick against Baltimore, I love Baltimore, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Those are my Miami boys. You know I'm a Miami fan. But I cannot pick against Tom Brady in Foxborough in the AFC Championship game. I just cannot. Not with Gronkowski and Wes Welker and all those guys playing like they're playing. And you brought up Ed Reed. Keep in mind, Ed Reed sprained his ankle on that last play against the Texans. We don't know how that's going to affect them. And they're going to need him at 100% if they're going to win this game against New England. In New England at that. And you said that Foxborough doesn't matter to you. Well, to me it does, and I believe that they're going to feed off this crowd. Tom Brady's going to have a huge game. I believe it's going to be a close-knit game. It could get carried away in the second half, but I don't think so. I think the Patriots are going to win this one in a close battle to the end. And the Ravens, as much as I hate to say it, the Ravens are going to go on without a Super Bowl once again this year. And with that being said, we're going to move on to our next subject, which is the key players. Who are the key players in this game that you're going to be watching, Paris?
The key players in this game for me will have to be Ray Rice. I'm saying he gets that ball 25, 30 times a game. It's not going to do any good if he's only getting 1 yard a carry. He's going to have to make those big runs, those 10 to 12-yard runs, 7-yard runs on first down. He's going to have to do that so he doesn't put Joe Flacco in third and long situations where he has to throw accurate passes. So I'm saying that Ray Rice is going to have a big game for the Ravens to come out victorious.
And my key player is a player on the Ravens roster as well, not the Patriots roster. It's Joe Flacco. This team is going to play how Joe Flacco plays. This team is, if Joe Flacco comes out and has a good game and gives this defense more confidence than they already have to play good and the offense, then the Ravens can win this game. But what Flacco will come out? Like I said earlier with Alex Smith and Eli Manning, which one of these Flaccos is going to show? The one that can go out and perform great and throw touchdowns to Torrey Smith and Anquan Bolden all day, or the one that's going to come out frightened as he looked against the Texans last week? Which one is going to come out? And I believe that Ray Rice getting those carries and setting him up will give him confidence. If they give Ray Rice the ball and he produces, that will give Flacco more confidence to open up this offense and for them to have a great game, because the Patriots defense are not very good, but they've stepped up in the playoffs thus far this year. So I don't know. It's going to be a big matchup. Those Patriot corners are going to have to step up, and as well as the Patriots front line. But which one will show up? Will Flacco win against the Patriot defense, or will the Patriot defense win against Flacco? Because I believe that Tom Brady is going to put up his numbers regardless. Tom Brady, Ed Reed, and Ray Lewis are going to be going at it all game. It's going to be a chess game almost for those guys. But I believe that the Patriots will come out on top. And that will take us into our next subject, which is the key matchups. What matchups do you think are going to be very important and vital to this game tonight?
The key matchup of this game to me is one not many people look at. It will be the Ravens linebackers against those tight ends from the Patriots. They need to hit those tight ends coming across the middle in order for them to stop Tom Brady's success. As you see Gronkowski and Hernandez coming across the middle scoring touchdowns 3-4 a game. As you saw last week, Hernandez high-stepped into the end zone in front of the cornerback from the Broncos. The Ravens aren't having that. He does that this week, he's going to find himself with his helmet off on the sideline hurt. Because Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis aren't playing that. So I said they be physical with those tight ends coming up the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a long night for Tom Brady and the Patriots. But if they don't do that, then you can see New England in the Super Bowl.
I agree with you there, Paris. I'm going to go with two matchups in this one. I'm going to go with the New England secondary versus Joe Flacco, and the Baltimore defense versus Gronkowski, Welker, and Hernandez. Those are two huge matchups I'm looking for. And whoever gets the best of those matchups are going to win this game. Because the Ravens defense cannot afford to let Gronkowski, Welker, and Hernandez just go haywire on them like they did on the Broncos last week. Because the Ravens offense is simply not good enough to score, or outscore, I should say, the New England Patriots. They're going to have to play good defense to win this game. And will they do that? We're just going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to stick with my pick with the New England Patriots. As much as it hurts for me to pick against the Baltimore Ravens, I'm going to have to pick the Patriots in this one. So is that your final pick, the Baltimore Ravens?
My final pick is the Ravens.
Well, you heard it from him, and you heard it from me. I'm picking the Patriots. He's picking the Ravens. And that'll do it for the second half and the final part of Tindal Sports Talk's The Clutch Factor. I'm Cameron Tindal, here with my brother Paris Tindal, and this is Tindal Sports Talk, The Clutch Factor.
On 1st and goal from the 9, St. Pierre drops back, throws left side, tip, and into the hands of Matt Walters. The interception brings it across the 15, the 20, and Reed takes the ball out in exchange, brings it over the 40, 50, down the middle. It's a race, the 30, the 20. Reed is going to score for Miami. The Hurricanes are going to win this game.